Discovery disputes are one of the most common sources of disagreement in litigation and often lead to motion practice. Negotiations over discovery break down, and the parties have to ask the court to intervene to resolve the dispute. There are two ways a discovery motion can end up before the court. The party seeking the discovery can file a motion to compel if the responding party refuses to provide the discovery, or the responding party can seek a protective order if the requesting party refuses to withdraw their request. In some ways, discovery motions are just like any type of motion you'd file with a court. You provide the court with the relevant facts and legal authority and argue that the disputed discovery either should or should not be ordered. But discovery motions are subject to special requirements under most local rules. One of the major requirements is about what the parties have to do before filing a discovery motion. Most jurisdictions, including federal courts, require parties to first meet and confer and make a good faith attempt to reach an agreement before bringing a discovery dispute to the court. Many courts also require the parties to certify that they did this when they file their motion. In order to satisfy the meet and confer requirement, communicate with the other side about each disputed request and provide them with support for your position. Try to propose compromises. It'll make you look more credible with the court later on. As you negotiate, make a record of your positions and the other side's responses or agreements. For example, after a meet and confer by phone, send an email or letter memorializing everything that was discussed. Think of this as your proof to the court that you made the required good faith effort to find resolution. If the dispute ultimately has to be brought to the judge, you'll attach the correspondence as exhibits. Here are some ways to make your record as strong as possible if the dispute does end up before the judge. Specifically identify each discovery request at issue, like the interrogatory number. State the reasons the other side's position is wrong. For example, that the information they want is irrelevant, or you're already providing it through a different discovery response. Include any offers you made to compromise. For example, that you offered to narrow the date range of the document request. If you rejected the other side's offers to compromise, say why. For example, what their proposal would exclude and the relevance of that information. Use a respectful and professional tone. This will look better if it ends up as an exhibit to a court filing. And note any indications that the other side isn't willing to engage, like slow responses or unreturned phone calls. Some courts have other requirements for discovery motions, too, beyond parties needing to try to resolve the dispute on their own. For example, there might be certain page limits, or the parties may have to file a joint brief stating their respective positions on each disputed issue.